So this is a quick demo of Portkey.ai running entirely on F5's distributed cloud app stack. Portkey is your control panel for AI apps. It provides observability, AI gateway, prompt management, and multiple other tools to make your app more reliable, accurate, and production ready. So let's get started. So the first thing that we've done here is we've created or installed Portkey AI on app stack. It's a fairly straightforward deployment. Once you've deployed, we'll just take the endpoint where it's hosted and try. So we see on this endpoint, we have the AI gateway or the Portkey's AI gateway deployed and running. Here's a high-level overview of the topology. You have your entire F5 distributed cloud. Within that, you have your LLM prod services and your front-end application. Portkey's AI gateway sits in between both of them. Now, let's see how this actually works in real life. Taking Gen AI apps to production is hard. You need your app to be reliable, cost-efficient, accurate, and so much more. Enter Portkey, an extremely fast AI gateway that hundreds of teams use to ship their Gen AI POCs to production with confidence. Adding the gateway brings observability, routing, guardrails, prompt management, and security capabilities to your applications. Let's see how this works. Imagine you're building a RAG application and now it's time to take it to production. You've integrated Portkey with this 2-line code update. This is now connected your application to the gateway. Let's try making our first request. Great, we have a successful output. Now we can see this request logged in onto our Portkey gateway. This is Portkey UI, wherein you can see all the logs with their request, response, total tokens, timing, etc. You could head over onto the JSON section to actually see the raw requests that were made. Over at Analytics, you could see the aggregated data across your entire application. You could filter it based on models, cost, tokens, and multiple other metrics. Here, let's go and see for the last 7 days. We could see the total cost, total tokens, mean latency, number of requests, number of failed requests, unique users, our top users, models, etc. We could double click on user analytics, error analytics, or any other metadata that we have associated with the request. Portkey also provides inbuilt caching, so you could see your actual dollar savings, cache speedup, cache hit rate, etc. Now, managing prompts in Codebase is hard. Portkey provides a simple prompt management interface. Here you can bring in your prompt templates. You can experiment with all the different models, all the different providers with their parameters, etc. Try it out right here on the platform. Once you're sure, okay, this prompt works, this becomes a simple API call. Now, while you're in production, you need a lot more control. You want to configure load balancing, you want to do A/B testing, you want to have fallbacks, automatic retries to make your application more reliable. This is where configs come in. So Portkey has this JSON format configs where you can configure the rules that you want to associate with every LLM request. This example shows you automatic retries, caching with the TTL, a fallback strategy, which automatically would fall back a request from OpenAI to Anthropic if there's a 421 or which is rate limiting. Another example of a config implementing load balance. Here we see the targets have additional property called weight. This is essentially the percentage of requests that you want to forward to this particular target. In this example, we are doing a 50-50% split between our OpenAI model and Anthropic model. Let's see this in action. Let's take this load balance config ID and head over to our code base. Here, I've simply added this config ID in the same request. Once you make the request, we see the output. If you go over at logs, you can see this request. This was sent to Haiku, and we could see it's a cache hit. We enabled caching, and we can see this request was already made before it's served from cache. So this was a quick overview on how to get your Gen AI app production ready with F5's distributed cloud and Portkey's AI gateway. Thank you.